What's good, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's November 6th, episode 7. Another new week here in Miami. It's the wintertime, fall time, whatever time. It's still Miami. Monday nights are awesome to record this podcast. We've got the Heat Lakers game tipped off at 7:30 in Miami. LeBron James coming through to South Beach again. Going to be a good game. And the Chargers Jets Monday Night Football. Juan, we're here to had quite the weekend. What do you think about that, Juan? What do we want to talk about? What do we want to share with the people from this weekend?
Well, I definitely want to share it to the fans that to maybe a lot of people surprised, I'm still here. A lot of you guys definitely saw the Dolphins once again played with my emotions. Again, they just love to do that. And I'm not gonna lie, dude. I had some moments where I really thought to myself, I'm like, man, is it really worth it to keep going? But you know what, man? Just like a true Miami fan, we got to keep supporting. We kept going. But no, awesome weekend with the boys. Definitely got a lot to talk about. Good agenda for today. Obviously, we got Dolphins, Chiefs. We're going to be talking a lot about that. We obviously got to talk about Miami Heat, still early in the season, but a lot to talk about. Inter Miami as well. No, dude. So I am psyched for today's agenda, but we got to tell the people about just how fantastic of a weekend it was.
Raymond's giving me the best advice as a new Dolphins fan. It's pretty much from like one of the first weeks of the season where it's like, you'll get your hopes up, they'll get your hopes up, and then they'll be like those big games and like they just won't perform. And literally every single big game that I've supported the Dolphins of this season, they have not performed. So Raymond has spoken nothing but the truth about the Dolphins this season, and it's kind of depressing. But I'm glad I've been prepared.
It reminds me of a time, actually. So when I first moved to Miami, I'm obviously a transplant as well. I've only been here just coming up on a decade now, but I'll never forget the day when we were watching. I think it was like a Monday Night Football game. And then out of nowhere, I decided like, hey guys, I think I'm going to be a Dolphins fan. This was like circa 2015, 2016. Dude, and Raymond just looks at me because we were kind of on a hot streak. Like Ryan Tannehill was still the QB, but he was kind of having those like 2 games where he did okay. So you think, oh, maybe this team has something. So I'm like, yeah, I'll be a fan. And he just looks at me. He's just like, yeah, good luck with that, bro. Like, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. And I swear to God, every time we have weekends like that, I always think back to that day. And I'm just like, dude, if Raymond might be questionable in other decisions, but dude, he was spot on with that one. And we're still here. I mean, I was there the entire time, just making this motion, watching this game. And he's just looking at me like, it's just like, dude, I don't know what you were expecting. Like the Dolphins are who the Dolphins are. But I think all of us here, safe to say that through the bad times, we're definitely not fair weather fans. And we're still here, baby. 6-3. Ugly loss, but we're still keeping on.
Dude, when you said you were a transplant, I thought you were going to say, I'm a transgender. You're telling the people the real personal stuff. Episode 7.
Whoa. No. You can't reveal that stuff until at least like maybe episode 20, I feel like that's when it gets really serious. That's when we really start spilling our emotions and all of that. But no. Come on, John. You gotta be cool, bro.
My bad.
Dude, it's terrible. Like, who here is functioning, especially if you live in Miami, like the average Dolphins fan functioning before 11 a.m.? That's a really big ask, I think, of the organization as a whole that I don't really think they thought that one through. I mean, there was probably people coming back from space that like, they were just getting back home and they're like, oh shit, might as well turn on the game. I thought just from a logistics perspective, like you want as many people to tune in as possible. Like your majority of your fan base, which is in Miami, probably were just getting back home at that time. I mean, so I think it's stupid for that very reason. I mean, feel free to send, other East Coast teams, like I think Jacksonville, like them going to the London game.
Dude, imagine a club space watch party. Club space with the mimosas in the morning, and then like the Miami Dolphins game comes on and people are just like absolutely blasted. I'd be sick. But our vibes for our breakfast were immaculate. For obviously our listeners and watchers don't know, we had Juan cook up an elite style breakfast. We had Raymond come through with the pastelitos. I came through with the Trader Joe's hash browns. We were ready for a dub. We were ready to go to El Patio.
Yeah, I almost overdosed on caffeine.
A perfect day. Yeah, it almost happened.
Dude, we were there. I had my parlay in there. And dude, when we started coming back, I'm like, yo, boys, if this parlay hits, it's 2 bottles in Patio on me. Dude, I had all of that caffeine pumping.
Yeah, when I came home, I was like, oh yeah, like we were gonna go to El Patio if we won to my wife, and she's like, oh wow, like so like how much you guys drink? I'm like, we didn't drink anything. We
Yeah.
were just pounding coffee, waiting for the win so that we could start pounding aguardiente. But she's like, wait, really? I was like, really? Like it's like you don't know what was going down at that apartment. You don't know. You don't understand. You'll never understand.
Dude, the vibe just like shifted so much when we saw the score and we just weren't making plays. Like there was just one point I think we were all so hyped and like we all bought into it. Like, bro, we're coming back. Like we saw defense was having a lot of really good plays. Offense, was having some bright spots. Obviously, it really wasn't clicking on all pistons. But dude, yeah, that moment in time when we all looked at each other like, oh yeah, today's about to be a fucking day, dude. And I'm going to blame this on Germany. I don't blame this on Mike McDaniel. I think to Raymond's point, dude, the jet lag took this W away from us. In my mind, we're still 6-2. I'm going to say we're 6-2-1. I think this is a tie. We're 6-2 in the United States, which is where it counts. I think a loss or a W, like across international lines, that doesn't really count, in my opinion. So if you ask me what the Dolphins' record is we're sitting top of the AFC East at 6-2. Like there's a tie, in the third column with like a little bit of an asterisk. To me, that doesn't count. Like if you're playing 6 hours ahead of Eastern time, I'm sorry. Like that is just like that event didn't actually occur in my eyes. And therefore, shout out to Dolphins. Wow, I can't believe we have 2 bye weeks in a row. Like we didn't play this past weekend. We're not playing this next weekend with our second bye. Just incredible. I can't believe the Dolphins are the first ever to do that. It's amazing.
I can't believe we have 6 wins. I don't feel 6-3. I just don't.
If you guys had to guess total yardage from both teams, if you had to put money on the line, who do you think had more total yardage on Sunday, Chiefs or Dolphins? So you would say the Dolphins, and you guys would be right. So in fact, according to the team stats, the Dolphins had 292 total yards to Kansas City's 267. Now, to me, that was a little bit interesting because it didn't feel like we had majority of yards. Obviously, Tua had all of those really weird plays, like a lot of receivers being open, some of the botched snaps. So again, what I took away from that is that even when we performed as poorly as we did, and the Dolphins, by any stretch of the imagination, did not play their best. We definitely played poorly. We still beat the reigning Super Bowl champions 292 yards to 267. Obviously, that doesn't count when you end up taking a loss at the end of the day. But obviously, there's a lot of good there that as long as the team keeps building, I think we will be just fine come playoff time. I was expecting that we did way shittier than we actually did. And for us to actually beat the Chiefs in total yards, we beat them in passing yards, 175 to 174. Rushing yards, 117 to 93. And yards per play, 5 yards versus the Chiefs, 4.8. I'm sorry. To me, that's like, yes, it's a loss, but the team still did really well. And all I got to say is come see us in playoffs. That's all I got to say. I think we will be fine now. I know we haven't won a playoff game, but
the game was lost when Tyreek fumbled the ball and the touchdown. That was the game. Literally, that was the game. Because like when you talk about the yards, like yeah, they didn't have as much yards because literally a third of their touchdowns came from that scoop and score from Tyreek / lateral.
But you know what, bro? I'm gonna give Tyreek the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he had like a nice pretzel, for lunch that day. Hands were maybe, yeah, he had a boot or something. Bro, I get it. Like we've all been to Europe. Like you're kind of there. Those guys are probably more in vacation mode. That's fine. And you guys got to remember, all of these supposed like not good teams that folks are saying we haven't been able to beat. We have yet to play any of these supposed good teams at home. I would be willing to bet that the Bills, the Eagles, and the Chiefs, any of those teams that we lost to, had we played them at Hard Rock Stadium, I think we could have at least pulled off, at the bare minimum, one of those victories, if not at the very least, 2 victories, had all 3 of those games been at home. That's just my take on that. I don't know if you guys agree.
I don't know. How do you feel if we played at Arrowhead, though? I mean, I don't know if I feel any better about going to Arrowhead as opposed to going to Frankfurt.
Dude,
like,
yeah, that was. I mean, bro,
it was, but Arrowhead's crazy.
I gotta say, I think we'll be fine. Again, I was ready to write off the Dolphins for a hot second. Then when I collected my thoughts, I started seeing the numbers, and I'm like, okay, obviously a loss, not ideal. The narrative that the Dolphins are the fastest fat kids, and we're not able to actually beat the good kids on the playground. As Raymond stated, I fucking love that metaphor. I'm fine, man. I think we will be just fine. And I mean, we got this next slate of games. I feel like we could end up at the very least 11-3 in these next 5 games. Personally, which that'll be fantastic. I feel like the Chiefs are they're probably going to fumble like some weird game. I think they came into that Germany match like with a chip on their shoulder because they just lost to Denver. So I feel like they had something to prove. Again, the jet lagging, it's already been proven that definitely affects player performance. So I think it's fine. I'm feeling fine. I'm putting the gun away. Like, I'm not going to end it all just... Dude, and you know what? You know what that says to me? Taylor Swift said to him, it's just like, look, baby, like, you're not worth it for me to invest 9 hours on a plane to go see you play. I'm sorry. Like, dude, Taylor Swift, she's on fraud watch, if you ask me. Like, she's not ride or die. Like, my girl, like, if I'm starting tight end for my team and I'm just like, yo, girl, like, I'll pay for your ticket, first class, JetBlue, whatever you want, just like, come see me play. I need you. Like, she'll be on that play. But clearly, Travis Kelce couldn't convince his girl. So, I don't know, dude. There's obviously something going on there. I know, John, like, if you were playing, like, an international friendly or, like, a really big game and you were like, yo, Valeria, can you come see me? Like, of course you would go play because she's ride or die. Taylor Swift, not ride or die, dude. That's all I'm saying.
Even though she's not ride or die, I hope Travis Kelce gets Taylor Swift pregnant. That's that.
No, actually, that's good. That's good because at the very least, it'll put him out, I think, a good 2 weeks in the season. Hopefully, he does it around playoff time where he has to miss like a playoff game.
Yes. He's like, yo, I got some crazy child support checks about to be coming in. I need this extra ring. I need this bonus.
No. It would definitely be that way, dude. It's just like Taylor Swift is a billionaire now. Travis Kelce, obviously he's still incredibly wealthy, but like there's levels to this. Like Taylor Swift is like up here, and like we're closer to Travis Kelce, I would say, than Travis Kelce is to Taylor Swift.
Yo, Taylor Swift's that kind of girl that like has some crazy just hierarchy of like income. Like she's got like Cayman Island accounts. Like definitely will put herself under Travis Kelce's income.
All right, boys. Well, I think we can all agree we're past with week 9, week 10 ahead. I think next game is Raiders. That should be an easy. Actually, I don't know. That'll be an interesting game.
Now they're back, bro. Their new coach.
Yeah, the new coach, dude, just fucking obliterated the New York Football Giants, dude.
Yeah, the Giants suck. They're so bad. Yo, someone texted me about like how the Giants like Tommy DeVito. I thought they were joking when I saw the word DeVito, and I was thinking of Danny DeVito. I wonder if they're related.
Oh shit!
That's the only quarterback on their depth chart right now is Tommy DeVito, rookie quarterback from Illinois. Wow, thank God I'm not a Giants fan.
Dude, I think Tommy DeVito answers the question like, could a regular guy complete more than 10 yards in an NFL game if you put him behind a decent O-line? I feel like he answered that question. He seems like a pretty regular guy in his style of play. And I think we can all say without a shred of doubt that if any of us got put behind any O-line, whether it was good, hopefully not bad, we would not be able to complete 10 yards. I'm sorry.
Bro, I'm going for 400.
Okay, boys. So, Chiefs, Dolphins behind us. Raiders, we got them up next. I think we got to talk a little Miami Heat here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start us off. I'm worried. I'm scared. I was watching the Wizards game on Friday, and we obviously still beat them. But bro, this should be the teams that like we should be able to pummel. Absolutely. And the fact that we're struggling against Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole, like, I'm sorry. That doesn't make me feel any better. John, what do you think right now if you had to say your hottest Heat take for the season? What would you say?
I'm going to stand by the one I mentioned before. Duncan Robinson 300 threes this season. Do you know that Duncan Robinson is tied with Damian Lillard for the 19th most threes made in a season?
Really?
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. He's top 20, 270.
Bro, gun to my head. Like, you tell me right now, who's tied? Damian Lillard, who is he tied with for most three in a season? Dude, I'd be like, yo, tell my family I love them. I would have never in a million years guessed that. Yeah.
Dude, there's your bar trivia question right there. Tied 19th all-time most threes in regular season. Duncan Robinson, Damian Lillard, 270, 19.
So is Dame Lillard? Is he on fraud watch? Like, are we ready to call that? Like, are we saying Debo's better than Dame? Dude, listen. Duncan Robinson, good friend of the podcast, and I'm happy that I know that fact now. Because he has been.
Dude, it's crazy.
Dude, he has been popping off, bro.
Dude, he's top scorer right now in the game.
He is. It's shit. Hold on. Now
we're winning. We're up by 3, 40-37.
Bro, that's crazy. But I mean, I guess the Lakers, like, I don't know, they're pretty washed right now. So the rumor is, and by root and whoever started this rumor, it's me. I'm starting this rumor. The rumor is that Kyle Lowry could potentially be traded to bring LeBron back.
What? No way.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm starting that rumor right now. Kyle Lowry for LeBron James. It's happening.
Why do you think LeBron will want to come here?
Dude, why wouldn't you want to come here? Like, can you imagine?
Would you guys like LeBron to come back? Like,
100%.
would that?
But he's still putting up better numbers than, like, I would say half of the league. It's like, why wouldn't you want him playing next to Jimmy and next to Bam? I'm sorry. That would still be, like, an elite, like, 3 right there. I don't know. I would definitely still take LeBron James over Kyle Lowry's bum ass. Dude. That being said, one of my favorite tweets of all time will be someone said, Kyle Lowry has a fat ass and a ring. That's more than most of you bitches can say. I will always be.
Straight shots to everyone.
I will always be one of my favorite tweets. But I'm starting the rumor right now. Hopefully someone picks it up. Kyle Lowry for LeBron. Watch
Is that a fair trade?
Of course not. Bro, why would anyone trade for Kyle Lowry? No, man. Like, dude, if I was a general manager of any respectable National Basketball Association franchise, if I was eating lunch and I was saving those leftovers and they're like, hey man, I'll give you 1-for-1 Kyle Lowry for like the remainder of your leftovers, I'd be like, no, because like this actually will provide value for me. Like, I can consume this. I can actually create that and do something. What the fuck is Kyle Lowry going to do for my franchise? He's everything. If anything, he's going to come in here and eat the rest of my food. So why would I want him here? So no one should ever want to take Kyle Lowry. Like, maybe China could take Kyle Lowry. Like, take him out of the States. Just get him off my team. I can't stand the guy.
He can go to Taiwan. He can defend Taiwan with Dwight Howard.
Bro,
first line of defense.
He can go do that. He can go fight in Israel and Hamas. Like, I do not care. Like, I hate seeing him whenever he put up their graphic of like all the starting players in a game and I have to see his face, I'm sorry. I do not like Kyle Lowry. End of rant. But anyways, guys, yeah, Kyle Lowry for LeBron James. Stay on the lookout. You heard it here first, boys.
Dude, Kyle Lowry is a year younger than LeBron. He's got to be one of the oldest players in the league right now.
Well, I know LeBron is definitely
the oldest
player.
Yeah.
He is the oldest. So
yeah, he's I think he's the third oldest player. I think it's LeBron, Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry.
All right. No. I see the vision now. I can't believe this wasn't more clear to me, but I see the vision here, boys.
Which one? I can't wait to hear where this one goes.
Kyle Lowry, LeBron, and then next draft, we get Bronny. I get it now. I see Pat's vision. This is why we're tanking. We are kind of slated to have a top draft pick next season. Holy shit. This is why we didn't get Dame. This is Pat's next whale. We're getting LeBron, and we're getting Bronny out of USC. Dude, I can't believe it. Pat Riley did it again. Holy shit.
I thought you were going to make another geopolitical reference with Kyle Lowry. Those are good.
Oh, dude, I could I could sit here all night and just and trash talk that guy. I mean, dude, you could probably get him and put him as like a bulletproof shield, and like you'll win the war instantly. I'm sorry. Anyways, John, we gotta talk a little Inter Miami, man. So I think obviously we're coming off Messi winning his it's his eighth Ballon d'Or. But what's new with Inter Miami, baby? What do we got to tell the people?
Yeah, so we were one of the first people in Miami to call this. Luis Suarez is still not official, but it's as close as it's ever been before. Lots of uneducated opinions about that, hating on him coming here. These people are completely brain dead. You have a world-class striker coming to the MLS. This is not La Liga or the Premier League in England. This is the United States of America, where ballers ball and nothing less than that. This man, Luis Suarez, is going to come on, play with his ex-Barcelona teammates, Busquets, Alba, Messi, and it's going to be a movie. Besides that, Inter Miami just absolutely sucking the blood and money out of its fans, hosting a friendly this weekend or on Friday night against New York City FC for Messi's Ballon d'Or. I don't know how they got Messi and anyone else on that team or either team to play in that match. Because it's the offseason for both of these clubs, I'm pretty sure. And how do you convince them to say, let's go down to Miami and play a friendly game for his Ballon d'Or celebration? I am shocked. I'm shocked. And then finally, we've got next season is going to have a kind of a European Cup sort of tournament. It's going to be called the what is it going to be called? Copa Interamericana, and it's going to be lit. It hasn't been played since 1998. 2024 is going to be the first time they bring it back, and it's the winners of all the American Cups. So, for example, we're going to have Inter Miami. It's 4 teams. Inter Miami, who won the Leagues Cup, which is Mexico and the MLS. You have Fluminense from Brazil, who just won the Libertadores, which is like the most prestigious South American tournament. You have LDU Quito from Ecuador, which won the Sudamericana, which is the tournament kind of just below Libertadores. And then you have Leon of Mexico, who won the CONCACAF Champions Cup. So it's kind of a Final Four setup. We play Fluminense first. We're going to get absolutely torqued. Torqued, in my opinion. I don't know. So those are my updates.
So I gotta ask something, because every time I hear Luis Suarez, the first thing that always pops into my mind is the whole biting the ear thing. Is that something we should be worried about? That like he might bite someone's ear off again? I don't know if it ever happened after that World Cup that he did it, but
He's
are
bit people
we
several times, yeah.
really?
Dude, go for it. He's a dog. Dogs bite. Dogs got to eat.
Dude, it's like I always say, you either you die a dog or live long enough to see yourself become a cat. Bro, now motherfucker's still a dog.
It's got to be like so awkward in the locker room and with your family after the fact. Like imagine he goes home, he's like saying hello to his wife and kids, and they're just like, "Are you good, bro?
You just
Like,
bit a
do you need
guy.
to see someone? Like, are you hungry? Can I
Yeah,
help you?"
like how do you even deal with that conversation like at the dinner table? Like it's like, yeah, bro, like we all just saw you just like bite a guy on live TV. Like that's gotta be really, really awkward. It's gotta be like a weird elephant to have to address, especially if you're like Luis Suarez's like significant other. Or pivot on that, maybe he only dates girls that are like just as kinky and they like really like him
That's what I'm thinking.
because of that.
He probably just barks,
I can
bro.
already see it.
You get him to bite you, and then go to a tattoo artist and just like tattoo his teeth.
Dude,
Weird or dope? Weird or dope? I don't know.
I would
Yeah.
say it's more dependent on the region. I'm gonna go ahead and name my top 5 areas where if Luis Suarez bit you, it's a little bit questionable. I would definitely say first and foremost, anywhere here, I think automatically that's very suspicious if you need it. Nipple region, automatically by default, number 4. If Luis Suarez bit you there, I think anywhere near the mouth area, definitely very questionable. Yeah, you're just making out at that point. Which again, if you're into that, that's cool.
Wait, so
I
we're
think.
making this agreement. If we win the MLS Cup, we're getting Luis Suarez tattoos of teeth mark. It says "Born a dog, die a dog."
Ooh, okay. You know what? I thought we were joking at first, but like that could be something. Okay, okay. Hey, I'll throw my hat in that ring if like he comes here, he balls out, and like we win a trophy out of him coming here. I'll do that. We can figure out a way like how do we get like Luis Suarez bite marks and like yeah, fuck it, I'll tattoo it.
Please
Super.
bite us, please.
I don't know how well that would fare if like we all like if you become a bachelor or something, like how you would explain that to other women. Like, okay, so you had a full grown man come and bite you and then you tattooed it. All right, man. But fuck it.
You gotta be with someone who understands ball. If they understand ball and Luis Suarez, they would get it. They'd be like, "I love you more than I ever loved you before," or the complete opposite. But
That is true. That is true. Well, Luis Suarez, you have your challenge right there. Like, feel free to win, and we'll have you get your bite marks tattooed.
I'll ask Valeria what her feedback would be. I'm like, yeah, if I did this, what are your thoughts?
I think she would support it. I think over under would Valeria support it or not? I'm going to go with the over. Like, she would support it. Like Valeria knows ball. I feel like she would get it. A segment that I like to do weekly is I like to name my top 5 Miami athletes, personalities, whatever you want to call it, for the week. So the list is not typically something you would expect. I'm not going to say like, oh yeah, Jalen Waddle. It's usually a little unexpected. So if you want to contribute to the list, feel free. But I'm going to start us off at number 5 for my top 5 athletes of the week. For Miami, I'm going to give it to Chris Jones of the Kansas City Chiefs because he gave us, or at least myself, a glimmer of hope when he committed that personal foul after the play and we got that first down. I was like, bro, this guy, die hard, Miami Dolphins fan. And because of that, he gets my number 5 spot. My number 4 spot is to the airplane that brought the Dolphins back. Shout out to that airplane because, again, we need those boys back. Whatever airplane, Boeing 737, whatever it is, that gets my number 4 spots of Miami athletes of the week. That's a nice segue into my number 2. And I would like to give that to Trader Joe's because John, the hash browns that you brought, actually pretty fucking fire, dude.
Yo, they're the most underrated thing at Trader Joe's.
Very underrated. Very underrated. Oh, man. Okay. So then on that note, I'm going to go ahead and I think this is a very long overdue number 1 spot. My top Miami athlete of the week. I got to give it to Stream East for always being there and letting me pirate all the games. Stream East, baby. Never disappoint. That little DJ session it had at halftime.
That was sick.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I was getting amped, dude. We were coming back, dude. We went into the locker room with points. I was just like, dude, high energy. That's when Raymond started doing his dance.
That DJ was literally in the trenches on the Ukrainian or the Russian side on like some military VPN. Just this is what I look forward to. This is what I'm here for sure, 100%.
Do you guys think that like illegal betting websites like Bovada, and full disclosure, big time user of Bovada, like do you guys think that they secretly fund some of those pirating sites? Like be real, because the quality is a little too good sometimes.
Yeah, they probably fund some other things too.
Oh yeah, oh dude, that is too funny. Yeah, shout out to the mob. Illegal gambling sites and illegal streaming sites. You guys all make it worthwhile. Like, thank you for doing.
Thank you for your service and your illegal activities.
We won't question what you do, but whatever you're doing, please keep it up. All right, boys. Well, I think that brings us here to a nice end. Great episode. We appreciate your time.
Amen.
I hope
2 of 5,000 yards.
Yeah, I hope so for
and Duncan Robinson 300 threes.
All right, boys.
Peace from the Middle East, aka Miami.